They really hated doing like cold calling and all that. It's also like in our industry, like the reputation of like insurance, like super bad. Like the insurance brokers and businesses, I usually don't have the good reputation because like so many people just do the market in like the SEA, so advertisement area is like so challenging because like even the big insurance companies are like betting for like the keywords and everything.
André Disselkamp is the co-founder of Insurancy, a startup making business insurance easier for companies across Germany. He didn't go to university, started it while working full-time, and grew it using SEO instead of cold calls. In this episode, he shares how he pulled it off.
The leads you get is like basically they don't send it to one person, they send it to 50% at the same time. And once the leads gets in, like the person gets like 20 calls at the same time, something like that.
Oh my God.
It was such a scam, really. So in the B2B market, it's like not like you can talk to whatever, everyone and make friends and hey, I'm the expert for this and that.
How about link building? Is it also a part of your strategy inside of SEO, or are you more about exchanging links and creating your own articles? The team that you have is in-house and they're doing it all.
E-Coffee with experts.
Hey everyone, Victor here with the Coffee with Experts, and today I am bringing you a German, but I'm not talking about football. Luckily, because Germans love talking about football whenever they hear a Brazilian's on the room. Well, are you safe right now, especially if you are on a startup or, I don't know, a corporate office? Are you sure that if, I don't know, something happens, you will be covered? Because if you're not, I actually brought you here somebody that can actually help you down the line, that is doing something different in this already kind of, how can I say, very over competitive market. But of course, he's going to be talking more about the things that he has been doing, how the world is right now in the insurance market, and what's to come. André Disselkamp is here with us. He's the co-founder of Insurancy. You're going to have all of the details here about him down the description below. But alas, André, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much, Victor. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic, my friend. Thank you for asking. And again, thank you for being here. Andre, I know that you're based in Berlin. So my first question to you is, did the insurance thing happen because Berlin's such crazy city filled with night parties and people getting lost all over the world? So like, it's a natural for you to be born in Berlin, raised in Berlin. Okay, let's talk about the insurance. Or no, was it all something together?
It's actually not like that I'm born in Berlin, but I moved there like 8 years ago. And Berlin has had quite a big effect on me to become a business owner because like there's so many startups. I also started working in a startup. I got a lot of insights and I realized I have way more opportunities than I thought I had. And this brought me to where I am right now. And I think Berlin had a big effect on my career.
That's nice. You are right, and I do apologize. You actually come from a village in Germany, not Berlin, right?
It's a little
I, w-
town, but we can go with that.
I wouldn't be able to say the name of the city. What is
I
it?
know. It's tough. It's Reda Wiedenbrück.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. When did you arrive in Berlin? Was it like after you finished high school and then you went to university? Because I did go for a very similar path. I was in the countryside of Brazil, and then once I turned 19, I moved to São Paulo just to have better opportunities to go into the workplace environment as a whole, to meet new people. So that's what happened with me. But what about you?
It was me after A grade, and then I worked for a few years, and then I suddenly got a job offer through LinkedIn from a startup, and I never really chose Berlin as my city, but it just happened, luckily.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
that's why I end up in Berlin, yeah.
Okay, great to know. Now that we got the geographic thing covered, why don't you walk us through Andres' life? So, in regards to, for example, right now, you're the co-founder of an insurance company. But what about university? What did you start? What did you graduate yourself into?
So I never studied.
This is great. I'm very much against universities right now with the world that we live in, the remote world that we live in, for the jobs that most of us are doing, especially in this marketing sphere, the sales sphere. I don't see universities catching up. But sorry, I'm actually cutting you a lot this morning. I'm really
No,
sorry,
no
my friend.
worries. I would agree with you. Like I think for most of the jobs you do, it's not really necessary
Mm-mm,
to study for it, and you can nowadays learn everything. All information is available online, and if
that
you're
is
like
true.
really focused and motivated, you will be way faster learning a specific topic than learning everything regarding
Nothing.
what the yeah.
Regarding nothing. See, so coming back to it, business administration or marketing undergraduations, for example, they won't teach you anything that the business world won't. It's actually the other way around. I learned so much more by doing internships back in Sao Paulo and like literally working. And remember, whenever I had to go to school, to university, it was like they were teaching me something so basic or things that weren't even active in the market anymore. They were talking about technology from 10 years ago, or they were talking about strategies from 10 years ago. And I don't see, I actually do need to bring somebody in the university sphere because I don't see a change in this method. You know, right now, especially there's so much information. But if you were to go to university, did you have like something in your mind that you would like to try out a course that would be like, this I would go?
If I could like go back in time and if I had the
Yeah.
options, I would go like in a professional business school with like really good teachers who have experience in business,
Yeah, that's a
because
good one.
this could be really valuable. Like when I talk to like some other founders who started in that schools, like they have such a big background of big business and really on hands approach and experience, and this
Hmm.
can be really really helpful. But
Yeah.
those schools are usually like where you have to pay for. So usually studying in Germany is free, but the special schools also like charge money. But if someone
Yeah.
can afford it, it's probably like can be really helpful. Yeah,
Life is better for those that can afford it all.
totally.
That's it. No matter where you're from, no matter where you're at right now, life is better. That's how it goes. And I think this is actually a very nice segue for us to talk about the beginnings of insurance. We're talking about universities right now. We're talking about the value of money, having money, life gets better. And I do know that you started insurance as a part-time thing. So you weren't 100% focused on it at first. And this by itself is very interesting. Those that I brought over to the show, usually they did start like full head on and they separated their entire times. They had a lot of advices about it, like you need to have money before you do so. You need to have time. You need to have a lot of things that not all, as we were just saying, not everybody has money. Life is great when you have it. So talk to me about this beginning of insurance and the part-time thing. Why was it like that? And how long did it stay like that?
So it was for around 1 year when I was working full time and started where I was working on the business itself. And
Hmm.
I have to say it was tough because usually you come home after work, you're super tired, and even if you still have like 4 hours time to do something, you don't have the mental capacity to really focus on what you want to do. It's really hard to really go forward, but we still managed to get some progress, and we finally had first like stable income, and this allowed us to start working with a super shitty salary. And once we did that, it was such a big improvement in like how much progress we made, because we could spend all of our time working on it, and we were so dedicated and not tired anymore because of like a full-time job. And like if someone can afford it, but you should like have at least like half a year where you can finance yourself or even more sometimes. But if someone can do it like go full time, it will be like such a big improvement, in my opinion,
Yeah.
for every kind of business.
No, for sure, for sure. It's a given, I think. I was actually reading about some people who manage to sleep 3 hours a day and feel very well rested, like very much so well rested. And then one comment
So
was,
jealous.
"Yeah, yeah, that was the comment. That was the comment. Like I'm so jealous, and I'm the same. I think it's like 2% of the world population can do that. So it is a lot of people, but at the same time, it's not a lot of people once you get the numbers by themselves. So you were sleeping 8 hours a day, I hope. You weren't sleeping 2 hours a day.
No, I wouldn't
And
survive.
no, me neither. Me neither, never. And during the time that you were awake and the part-time thing was all that you had for insurance, what were you spending most of that available time on to grow the business? In other words, how did it all work for you in the beginning for you to promote insurance? How did you manage to open the company to the market, to go to market literally, to get those customers at the beginning and make sure that they were staying with you for as long as possible?
Yeah. So in the B2B market, it's like not like you can talk to whatever, everyone and make friends and hey, I'm the expert for this and that. But in the beginning, we started with existing old contacts where we started to
Perfect.
build a relationship with, and we did some cold calling as well. So like really old school, the hard way, just to have like a few clients to survive. But I really hated doing like cold calling and all that, which is it's also like in our industry, like, the reputation of like insurance like super bad. Like the insurance brokers and businesses, I usually don't have the good reputation because like so many people just do.
If I can actually comment on this. I think the only place where cold call works is in the United States of America. That's the only place because I don't know, maybe they are already so much tuned in into capitalism that they have a better reception to somebody calling them to sell something. Because when I was doing cold call, I did it for Spain, I did it for the UK, I did it for the Nordics. Nobody better than I. They were awful to me. They hurt my soul and my dreams and my hopes so much that it's a trauma. Whenever somebody mentions cold call, I'm like, I need to go. I need to get away from this. So what I'm saying is I'm not even sure if it was your fault, even because of her insurance. No, I think Europe as a whole is not open to receiving unknown phone calls. And in my opinion, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. But still, we had to start like that somehow, and we managed to win a few clients with that, which gave
Nice,
us like
nice.
a basis. But I always wanted to not be like this aggressive kind of salesman.
Hmm.
And like in our industry, you have a few options. You can do like advertisement, SEO, you can do SEO, you can do like many different things. But the market in like the SEA, so advertisement area, is like so challenging because like even the big insurance companies are like betting for like the keywords and everything, and you just don't have a chance to make any profit out of it or like even survive there because it's like every click is so expensive in this market. And this also means like when everything is so expensive, you have to make like such hardcore sales to make it worth it. And I never wanted that. And that's why I thought I want to have like a sustainable way of marketing. And then I dedicated myself to learn SEO for like 2 years.
Ah, that's nice.
And yeah, this is like 95% of our clients come through SEO nowadays.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. That's actually very nice. Let's talk a little bit more about it. Whenever we're talking about SEO, as you said, a very competitive market, going back to exactly what you said, keywords, they're going to be very difficult to battle the SERP. The first page will be immediately the gold pot for several other companies. So everybody's like, it's kind of an auction, right?
Yeah.
One guest told me that they feel it was a very similar market to yours. They felt like they were in Wall Street back in the 90s, doing like beating on their on links and beating on articles and beating on keywords. I imagine it might be something very similar to you. Is there another channel? You said 95%. What's the other 5%? Where does it come from?
Mostly recommendations, and it just happens naturally. We have also tested some LinkedIn marketing for a while with like some outreach messages and a video where you make like a personalized video for each client, which is like just 30 seconds long, so you don't waste too much time on it, but that's like more
Mhm.
personal. We also won a few clients through that, but it's also like a lot of work. But yeah, it's basically recommendations.
That's great. That's great. Just asking literally, how about link building? Is it also a part of your strategy inside of SEO, or are you more about exchanging links and creating your own articles? The team that you have is in-house and they're doing it all.
I think what's probably also interesting for the potential listeners is like how we started SEO to like build the first trust maybe.
Please? Of course. Of course. Super interesting. Go.
So I think in the beginning, of course, you have to know a lot of you have to learn a lot and understand like what's important in SEO and everything. But I think in our industry, it was the first step was to build relationship with all the insurance related magazines, which is why I started to reach out to them, like wrote some articles about current like probably interesting topics, and they were like surprisingly willing to like post this piece of content because
That's
I'm in
nice.
the industry, I know the industry, I have some background info, and then they posted it, they linked us, and we started to build the first trust. And I think that was such an exciting moment for me to like get the first like link through like a natural like outreach and guest post thing. I think this was the basis.
That's very nice to know. And it's still ongoing even to this day. You're still like focusing your team's attention and time, those times where they are awake and not sleeping. You're focusing on that.
Yeah, it's like marketing efforts, mostly SEO, absolutely. But I also do like we have a team now and everything, and I have to do a lot of management stuff. I would love to do like more marketing as well, but currently
Mhm.
it's like a good amount for sure.
No, that's great. And how much did AI help you with those efforts that you were doing before and now you're doing the same but with AI? Are you utilizing it for not content generation, but like first draft ideas? Are you using it for any kind of automation and processes to make sure that the team is saving time? How's it all working inside of Insurancy?
We use it all day, like for basically
Perfect. Same.
everything. We even upload like whole pieces of data there to give us like this answer we are looking for and getting more ideas for things. It's like constantly like running for so many different things. We also use it for content nowadays, actually, with like some adjustments and SEO optimized for sure. Yeah, like basically everywhere. Like we can use it, we use it.
That's nice. Yeah, that should be the goal. We're talking very much about how things are working in your behalf. What about those times when it didn't work out? Do you have an example of, I don't know, maybe a campaign, maybe a newsletter, maybe an article, something that you thought was gonna be a hit, but it was actually a miss by your
Yeah.
face? Yeah, you have some. So please send it
Absolutely.
over.
So they're like websites where you can enter yourself as like, I'm a professional insurance
Hmm.
broker. List me here, pay 150 euros a month, and then you get like calls,
Leads.
like leads from it. And this guy called me and I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know, we could try. And then he said, yeah, but we get 30 in your niche, in your situation, we get 20 leads a month for that, blah, blah, blah. But he was like a fool, actually. He was like, the leads you get is like basically they don't send it to one person, they send it to 50% at the same time. And once the leads gets in, like the person gets like 20 calls at the same time, something
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
It was such a scam, really. So be aware of those websites.
Oh wow, I can wow, wow, poor lead. Oh my God. I see what you mean. It's like eBay. So you just posted like Cristiano Ronaldo shirt for 1,000 euros and then everybody starts calling to bid on the shirt.
That's it.
Wow, that's rough. That's rough, bro.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can't,
I
can't,
see.
can't recommend it.
Yeah, no, that's good that to know. What do you then use nowadays, tech-wise, or even, I don't know, methods that you're utilizing outside of SEO? I'm talking more about the tools that you're using, the softwares that you're using. Is there another one besides the LLM that you are currently giving your team access to that would be worth talking about it here?
I mean, first of all, yeah, the basics. We have a Google Workspace for like
Love
a
it.
Drive, everything. Like it's great
It is.
for a lot of things. We use HubSpot as a CRM.
Love it as well.
That's maybe for beginners not really necessary, like because it's also kind of expensive. But it's, I mean, there's a free version you could start with it, but it's super helpful to manage tasks and everything. We worked for 2 years just out of Gmail and send me this email again in 2 weeks to remind me of this task. You know, like this is not professional.
I did it so many times in my life already. The tasks on HubSpot, like so many times. Like, contact me in the end of the year. Okay. And then you go to HubSpot and do like full Q4, send a message to André at the end of the year. It's nice to know that you're using it. It's nice to know that it's still working. So many solutions nowadays getting like into our face, and you have to understand what works and what doesn't. I'm actually right now thinking of myself as a German citizen working in my office, bringing insurance to my attention. So my question is, now that we got it all covered about how you are promoting yourself, how you're going to market, how it all started, how do you make sure that once the customer gets in, he'll stay in?
Will say him
Will stay in with you, will stay around, will keep as a customer.
a
Sorry.
happy customer.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you make them a happy customer?
I think first of all is that we have a process like for each kind of client or each kind of insurance for business, like
Hmm.
where we know like this is the progress, how we follow it to stay professional. And we are not pushy like other insurance brokers. And some people like I think most of the clients we have like really appreciate that. So it's not like we call them every week, hey, there's a new kind of insurance you should buy. Like this is annoying, no one wants this call.
Yeah.
So we are like kind of low key and we are very digital as well. Like they can see all the insurances in a digital platform and have everything like more modern that the classic insurance company is providing
Hmm.
it. And also we are like more sustainable. Like we're doing something for a good cause. We spend 20% of our revenue, of our earnings to like good causes basically. And
Nice. That's very nice.
like we are in whole Germany, but also like we have a lot of clients from Berlin and they also appreciate a lot the more sustainable approach for sure. And yeah, with that all, like it's usually enough to make them happy. I think it's also quite easy. You just don't have to fuck it up at once. That's it.
True.
It's not like you have to take care of them like all day, every day. It's like,
And now that I'm thinking about it, You can let me know if I'm wrong, okay? Not if I'm wrong, but if the internet is wrong. But there are a lot of memes that the German people are very closed up. They are very nice people, but they're not very open people. They're not like smiling to your face whenever you're coming across them on the street. Is that even how it is business wise? What I'm saying is maybe if we give them too much attention, they'll be like, what is this? Get out of here. Do you see this happening? Is this a possibility?
I think it always depends on the person you are in contact with. Like people are different. Some people appreciate it if you call them every once in a while and ask if everything is good, but some people just need it more chill. Of course, Germans are like a little bit more reserved. We are also kind of honest, I would say. But the classic US approach where people are like super hardcore, aggressive talking, this wouldn't work. I also have talked to like a few people who worked in the US before, and they said like we tried this here, like in the US. People hated it.
Let me ask you more about the insurance that you're selling out right now. We're talking about startup insurance for offices, for small teams, for digital companies. What is the thing that they most ask about? Is it like if I'm in office, I want an insurance against, I don't know, burning, against like inflammable things? Or is it something else entirely like theft? Does it even happen in Germany? I don't think so. What is it they get most like, Andre, for me to close any kind of insurance deal, I must have what?
Yeah. So usually they always need a private not a private, but a liability insurance for the company. Like if they
Okay.
fuck up anything, it's getting paid for because this is a high risk for a company. You build up all your fortune and then something happens, even with an employee or something, and then
Hmm.
you pay like whatever, 1,000 euros. This is a big problem. Another thing is DNO, Directors and Officers Insurance, which basically protects the founders of some startup in certain situations when they made some mistakes while leading the company. Because yeah, it's bad if they take your personal money if you fuck up a
Yeah.
startup or something.
Yeah, it is bad.
Yeah, another thing is corporate pension because a lot of companies want to keep their employees and this is like kind of benefit for their employees, which is like tax beneficial in Germany. That's why so many companies do it. This is a big topic. Yeah, I would say these are the big things which are mostly interesting for them.
I'm thinking of a funny question. I hope it's
Go for
fine.
it.
But right now we have CEO killers.
CEO?
Killers. We have
Healers?
The Luigi guy who killed the CEO.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was an insurance CEO. It was a healthcare insurance CEO that he unalived, as people like to say, to not get demonetized. Did somebody else brought you to your attention, like, hey, Andre, I need an insurance for my own CEO, like just in case somebody decides to unalive the CEO, we got it covered. I don't think so, right?
That's a big topic actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just called like death insurance. Like especially for key positions, if they know
Ah.
if this person is not here and we need maybe 2 years to find another one, you get like 2 million, 1 million euros.
Oh,
Um,
wow. I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Just to
Nice,
keep the
nice.
company going.
I see.
That's a big
See.
thing actually. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to protect.
So we can profit from unaliving CEOs. Is that what you're saying? Good to know. That's very interesting. Hey, everyone, you just saw it from Andre. Just kidding, my friend. Of course, don't you worry about it. Everybody here is super chill.
Yeah.
Andre, I think right now I can come to my last question, which is the future in regards to what's next coming, both for you, for the company, maybe for your family. What do you like to see in the upcoming year? Let's disregard the world conflicts that we're having right now. Okay, so in a perfect scenario where everybody, even the CEOs, are still alive and up and running, super fine and well, what's next? What do you expect for the company? What's the next big product that you're working on that we can all stay tuned in?
So we are currently also thinking about doing a lot of social media activity just as another channel, like maybe
Hmm.
Instagram, YouTube, something like that. Even like besides that, we also just want to just grow the business more and maybe double the amount of leads we get. And with that, I would also already be like happy. Like I would still work on it and still improve it, but it's not like it's needed anymore. And yeah, we just want to have like a good team which like has the same mindset, are happy to work with us, and yeah, just have a good time while
Perfect.
working. Do a lot of vocations, enjoy the time, maybe live at the sea somewhere in the future with
Come to
my
Portugal.
wife.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, Yeah,
Portugal is
yeah.
amazing
I love Portugal.
I'm a digital nomad here, as the visa says. So I'm living here only to live. I can't work here in Portugal. I can't be employed in any Portuguese company at all. My visa bans me from this. It's literally written on the visa, like he can't work. So, it is a paradise for a lot of people. Can be for
Yeah,
you. Can be
yeah.
for you, for sure.
I thought about a lot, like somewhere else in Europe, for sure.
Yeah. And just because you mentioned it over, what's the size of the team right now?
We're 6 people.
6 people. And you already managed to do some damage in the insurance market in Germany with 6 people. Imagine once you have 60. Imagine once you have even more. That's very nice. That's very nice. Andre, this is the time that we have. Thank you so much for being an amazing guest, for sharing it all with us. It's very, depending on who you ask, it's gonna be a very boring topic talking about insurance, but you made it fun. And that's the golden part of the episode, having nice founders, nice people to come here and show us that no, not everything is as boring as it looks like. So thank you, really. Do you have any closing statements that you would like to share, maybe for those that are watching and want to start working in insurance, something altogether? Here's your last 30 seconds to shine.
First of all, thank you for
No, of
the
course.
podcast here. Like, I also had a lot of fun. It was just a nice little chat, so
I told
I
you, I
enjoyed it.
promised you that it was gonna be like that, right?
Yeah, it was fun, of course.
Yeah, I did say
A
so.
last statement, if like people listening and just thinking about starting something, I think at the beginning it just feels overwhelming because it's like so many things you have to think about. It was the same for me, but if you just start it, you work on it, you will find this path, and it will all become like easier because you just go one step after the other. And in the end, it will be worth it. Like even if the first one fails, you will have so much experience. So yeah, just start it.
That's nice. André Disselkamp here with us, everybody. André, thank you again for coming to the show. We wish you all the best success and the best life ever. Very much looking forward to see you moving away from Germany and living on the beach and having like beer. I imagine you like beer. Do you like beer?
I love beer. Yes,
Oh,
I'm German.
perfect. So having having beer in the coastal part of Portugal, Spain, whatever, you deserve that life. Your team deserves it all. And for everyone else, you know where to find us. Catch you on the next time. But remember, Andre's links will be all in the description below. Do give the guy a follow. Do engage with the content. It's free. It helps. Your time will come. People will engage with you as well. So do your part. Andre, thank you so much again. Happy to connect with you all later in the future. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.